Did it? You did it! You did it! You did it! You sneaky snake! You pulled it off! You clicked the button! You discovered day 131 of office hours as we continue our quest to process the greatest moment in the history of the deceptive arts. That's right, the premiere of Scam School, if you missed it. Scam School, of course, was the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Me, I'm Brian Brushwood. I'm like the internet's older brother, and whoo boy, I've seen some shit. And in fact, we're going to talk all about it as we continue to work our way through episode 31 of Scam School. Scam School is the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. Today, I'd like you to meet the Diamond Club, the elites, the hardcores, the only ones who matter, the only people I pay attention. Don't tell my family. These are the ones who show up with their time, energy, and effort, the real coin of the realm. And it is with them that we walk through the deceptive woods. What would deceptive woods? They'd be fake trees. That's what they would be. All right, guys, today we are doing episode 31, How to Predict the Future. We called it Pigment Prediction at the time. Boy, I got a thing for alliteration. I'm not sure where that comes from. But as always, we're going to watch the episode in its entirety. You guys are going to put all your questions in the chat, and then I am going to respond to all of them. Happy Saturday to you guys. Here, let's go ahead and dive in. Here we go. This episode of Scam School brought to you by GoDaddy.com. Welcome to the school that gives you the skill sets you really need in life. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and you know what's better than a card trick? Predicting the freaking future, which is exactly what you'll do in something we call pigment prediction. How's it going? I'm Brian. What's your name?
Hi, Brian. I'm Jessica.
Jessica, and you are drinking right now. You are on? Excellent. Okay, now here's the thing. The thing about card tricks is that everyone says, oh, you got fancy fingers, you know, so I want to see if I can do, this isn't even a card trick. I'm going to make a prediction. This is, I guess what, precognition? Is that what you call this? When you predict the future? I'm going to write my very secret prediction here. Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and hide this up. My prediction. I will not move it or let it be moved.
Your prediction of the card?
It's just a prediction. We don't have to say what kind of prediction this is.
No, you're right.
That's all right. It's a free country. Do me a favor, Jessica, grab those cards. Shuffle them all up. You know how to shuffle cards, right?
Yeah. I feel like
this is one of my favorite tricks here. I'll use the marker to hold the prediction in place while I drink. It's the only trick I can do while drinking and not paying attention.
Not very good at shuffling.
That's all right, as long as you feel like you're totally mixed and that you have complete control of the order and setup of the cards.
Okay, they're shuffled.
I'm not touching the cards. You take the cards.
Oh, okay.
Here's what I want you to do. You're gonna look at you're gonna take the top two cards and put it in your hand. You're gonna turn them over. If they're both red, we're gonna put them in a red pile. If they're both black, we'll put them in a black pile.
Okay.
If there's one of each, we'll put them in the middle for a discard pile. So what do we got? Turn them over, face up. What do we got?
Show you
Yeah. Two reds. So we got two in the red pile. There we go. Next.
Okay.
Wait, yeah, turn them over. Two blacks. So we got reds and blacks. There you go. Again. And you're going to keep going through the entire deck. So we got a discard pile. We'll leave the discards face down. Okay, good. All right, let's get rid of the discards over here. So we got a bunch of reds and a bunch of blacks, right?
Yeah.
I want you to count the red cards. I want you to count the black cards. Don't say what the number is, though. Go ahead and just count them. How many red cards did you end up with?
14.
14 red cards. How many black cards did you end up with? 10.
You predicted right. Come on.
Wow.
Bogus. How did you do that?
Here's the best part. I can actually do it again. You want to try it again?
Yeah.
People say there's no way you can do that a second time. I will do it a second time.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. I got to make my prediction. I'm going
to shuffle.
You want to shuffle. Better this time. While you're shuffling, I don't even need to watch. I'm going to make my prediction. Go nuts.
Do you see anything fishy over there?
This is the new prediction because the future's new all over again. There we go, and I'll put this one under your beer. You're happy to mix?
They're fine.
Okay, same deal. If they're both red, put them in red. If they're both black, put them in black.
Oh, discard.
Otherwise, discard in the middle.
I'm feeling your prediction is really wrong.
Yeah, you think so?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. Same deal. We'll get rid of the discards. Each of you count your piles. I might be in trouble this time. Okay. Wait. You've got 8? How many do you have? Shut up. You have 8?
Yeah.
And you have 8?
Yeah.
Look at my prediction.
Matt, how did you do that?
You like that?
Yeah.
You want to learn it?
Yeah.
Would you buy me a drink for the answer?
Yeah.
All right, 1 drink. That'll be a Guinness. By default, 52 cards, right? There are 26 of each type. When you turn them over, you got some that are going to happen to be red 2 at a time, and you got some that are going to happen to be a mix 2 at a time, and some that are actually going to be both black 2 at a time.
Right. The
truth is, in a normal deck of cards, every time you do this experiment, they will always end up being the piles even. As long as you have 52 cards, you'll always have some number of discards, and these two will be even.
Really?
That's just the way the math works out.
Okay.
And I know that sounds like crazy voodoo, but I promise that's actually how it goes, right? So knowing that, before the trick began, I took out 4 black cards. And I put them right here in the box. So you, no matter what you did, no matter what you did, no matter how it came out, it would always turn out that there would be 4 more red cards than black cards.
How do you know to guess that they're going to be even as opposed to I'm going to have 4 more?
All right, now that's a very good question. Here's what I did. I stole out 4 black cards, put them in the box.
Yeah.
I had you shuffle the cards. All I did was write down on a piece of paper, there will be 4 more red cards. You go through, you do the whole rigmarole, and the prediction ends up being true. What you may not remember is that while you guys are counting the cards, I said, hey, let me get rid of these discards. I took the discards, and where did I put them?
In the box.
Along with
The 2 and 2.
That's right, the 4 other cards. So the next time I did the trick, there were 52 cards in there. Since we had all 52 cards, they were going to come out
Right.
even. So the first time you do it, you steal out a few cards, and you make sure to put the answer, there will be 4 more red cards. The whole thing in a few easy steps. Step 1, take out 4 black cards, stick them in the box. Step 2, write on a piece of paper, there are 4 more red cards. Fold it up, call it a prediction. Third step, you have them mix up the cards all they want and pull them on top 2 at a time. If discard or they're both red, they go into red. If they're both black, they go into black. And then, magically, your prediction turns out to be right. While they're counting the cards, you take the discards, put them back inside with the other cards, and then you say, oh wait, you want to try it again? Try it the second time. Now you have 52 cards. This time your prediction is that the 2 piles are even, and that's just how it always comes out. Now don't make the mistake of thinking that just because the trick is so simple that the effect isn't amazing. Trust me, people will freak out. You are predicting the freaking future here. Remember, your job is to take credit for stuff you didn't actually do. That's sort of how scamming works. Now I want to hear your success stories and failure stories, so post them at the boards at revision3.com/scamschool. Any questions about this scam, or if you want to suggest your favorite bar scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Next week we have a very special episode. We'll actually be learning how to make a homemade Steadicam using 3 weights and bungee cords. Until then, I'm going to get to work on that rehab. I know what you're thinking. You want to build a fan site. Go ahead and do it, but by all means, first go to GoDaddy.com. Looking to drive viewers to your video content? Then get a .tv.
They ain't paying for this part. I will say that all of the stand-ups we've been seeing for the last few days, I could tell these were shot in Houston while I was off doing the on-site with Dennis Rogers. Well, here, we'll get to that here momentarily. Here, I'll skip that. maybe we can get Josh Villegas on tomorrow.
My handwriting is terrible. And I already screwed up I already misprinted. Here, throw that away. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Oh, okay. It's a pretty serious marker you have there.
I didn't ask for this marker. It was brought to. Woo! Now it's a party.
See, it's like the duster.
I got 8 black cards.
I have 12 red cards.
What was your prediction, Mr. Magician?
I was just doing.
That's right.
There
There
you
are
go.
4 more red cards.
4 more red cards.
Wizardry. Bedevilments.
I know.
Oh man, it looks like we did get real close to that proper C block. That's amazing. Apparently we shot it with them doing it, but we didn't go anywhere with it. That's amazing. So, okay, lots to deconstruct on here. First of all, Long Vo. That was the first time I met Long, and he would show up in subsequent shoots. I can't remember if he worked at Revision 3 or what, but he became a fitness trainer, and he was, he got buff, super buff. I've asked him for advice on everything. But in this case, she was a really good volunteer. Long was really supportive. What a weird C block where we got to that end, and very clearly, modern day production eyes on Brian, it's like, okay, obviously you need to put the deck in their hands and have them do it. But for some reason, we just got close to it, but walked a little bit past it. I just now found out that this one camera is not on the network, so I'm going to fix that right now while we're chatting about it. Another thing that I like about this a lot is that it fixes itself. So you start with what you assume is the default state of the... Yeah, there we go. Ah, I forgot the password. Interesting. You start with what you think is the default state of the deck, but you don't assume that the deck is actually short 4 cards. And then what I like is in the process of throwing away the discards, you have now perfectly reset everything for the second prediction in there. And there really is, that second prediction is when anything gets interesting about it. Here we go. That was a lot of poking around just to move that camera down just a bit. What else? This one does a good job of repeating the information. Also, you can tell that this is like, I got the rough cut, and this is the beginning of kind of the production chess that I always think of, where it's like, as somebody at home is thinking it, you don't want them, the moment somebody has a question, some number of their brain calories is now reserved trying to focus on, is he going to answer that question? If you can, as we say in marketing, address and dismiss, like acknowledge the question, but then move on, then they're no longer burning those calories because you've closed the loop, not with an actual answer, but instead with the promise that the answer will be revealed, and then people can provisionally go forward, enjoying the rest of the trick without the distraction of trying to remember the various questions they had. And so in this case, we also took advantage for the first time of the modality of, let's see, is it, I think in the explanation I say, yeah, we know you don't believe us. Yeah, we know you don't believe us. So try it a few times now. That's the kind of thing that you couldn't do on a TV hit. You probably wouldn't do on a VHS tape, but you could do in a modality where, in order to even get it on your iPod shuffle, iPod video, then you would want to be able to do it that way. Anyway, here, let me get through your questions and say all of our hellos. Oh, I think I missed some of the early flood. No, I didn't. There we go. Hello, Meki2000. Hello, Che. Hello, Flochinachi. Hello, Statistical Anomaly. Nicholas George. Oh, yeah, it's Adam, not Scary Steve. Cliff Horn. Dylan Theus, the old school of the Mike Ruler. Mr. Kip Corley. Princess Judith. Ipsy Versus. And anybody else who showed up. And Kurometoriku. Good job on solving the cipher right at the top, Kurometoriku. That was well done. And Horace, a piece of toast. And Horatio Sands. Yeah, maybe a C block test since it's new. We got a full C block in the controlled cards episode, and for a second I thought, clearly you could see I was tickling around it, but instead we went with reinforcing it. The point still stands. I just think it's less interesting dramatic tension if we're not. Every time Brian's talking, we are in the role of student being talked at instead of somebody experiencing it live. Hello, QQ5TP. Hey, man, I'm glad you loved the videos back in the day. Now you can love them with us in real time. I don't know if you've been following, but today's 131 of Office Hours. That's my daily check-in with the 5-site fandom from X, LinkedIn, YouTube on Scam School, YouTube on Modern Rogue, and what's the other one? Oh, and twitch.tv/Night Attack. We get together every morning. So we hope to see you guys in the chat. By the way, congratulations. You earned your Diamond Wings. You're now part of the Diamond Club Elite. That means you get to flash our gang sign next time I'm at an event, and you'll get my full attention. Let's see. Any questions about this one? This one is so good and straightforward. I believe this one comes from the book World's Greatest Card Tricks by Bob Long. Longe. Let me actually check that. Hold on. Let's see. Amazon World's Best Card Tricks. Let's see. Yeah, this is the one. Guys, I've read a lot of magic books. I've read a lot of books. It's crazy. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if there's any questions on this one. It was so easy. Just nailed it right out the gate. So that means we look at the agenda. The world's greatest card tricks. All right. Oh, that's right. I set up this shot to go to for this stuff. Oh, hey, there we go. I got a question for you guys. I was looking over some of the recent hits on YouTube, and I'm thinking really hard about how to get a maximal pipeline of the most interesting content we can do. And I'm a bit surprised because the ones that we spend a lot of time on polish and production aren't necessarily the ones that pop. And so what I want to try is a run of extremely fast, easy ones. Not easy, simple to produce. Let's see. Where am I? Oh. Maybe it's on this previous page. Yeah, here we go. So this one, the hotel scam that you can't see coming. This one did a solid 56,000 views. It's only 3 minutes long, and it was astonishingly quick to produce. And all of this was just shot on an iPhone. And so I'm thinking about working with an editor and just running around and doing really, really short, tight, 3-minute hits like this. Because all of these are stolen shots. And when you're working from a phone, you could get away with stealing shots. Just nobody seems to care. He says casually, not realizing that it can be used against him later in a court of law. Oh, that's right. Doggone it, we have to do our comment bump. Let me close the loop on this, and then we'll go back to that, Judith. So what I want to know is what are some 3-minute get in, get out classics or scams or content blocks, Modern Rogue material that aren't big, heavy production lifts. They're not giant experimental things with stakes that take all day to shoot. Oh, yeah, it's Adam? I don't know. It's Chief HEB. I hope this is not secretly an investigation of whether or not I'm on my A game or over caffeinated. But so to that end, let's go ahead and I'm going to open up a challenge question over at Big Nerve. I'll put real money on this one. Oh, how are we going to put it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't make me do this. Okay. Logging in. It says it's doing the thing. Stealing shots is just on brand. Yeah. Getting past a bouncer at a bar. That's a good one. What? Oh, no. Finishing my login. Aw, for some reason the login status isn't logging in. Let me see if I'm properly logged into Twitter. Tweet twats. Yeah, it says I am. Testing chat. Oh, do we ever see what the latency is on this? 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000. 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000. No, that's a long time. Well, it says I'm logged in. And so I'll try one more. Finishing my login. Ah, boo. Okay, so now won't be the time. But what I'll do tomorrow, you guys can remind me, and tomorrow I'll set up a challenge question and put real money behind it because I would love to get your thoughts on just some easy lift things. Like in this case, by doing these walk and talks, you can see, there we go. By doing these walk and talks, you get a simple sense of motion and place. And it doesn't matter that the production is sort of dead simple. It just matters that we're moving while we're getting the story of it. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's a very, very good coffee snob coffee that I'm looking about, that I'm looking into working with. Instant coffee infused with chocolate orange flavor, then milk with black cherry syrup. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So there may be an opportunity. Well, I don't know. They're trying to get me to switch to fiber optic internet, which would get me enough bandwidth that I could stream directly to YouTube from this setup, to 5 different outputs all at once from one place. But you know what? As I'm thinking about it, that doesn't solve. That would break a number of other things. Anyway, for now, it doesn't seem like we're overly worried about the latency on YouTube. If you guys want fast latency, twitch.tv/Night Attack is the way to go on that one. That'll be the fast one. And then tomorrow, I'll put this on there. And for now, we're going to continue our comment bomb. By the way, lock in your votes. Lock in your votes. Lock in your votes. Posted back in 2009. How to predict the future. How many views do you think it gets? Oh, by the way, Roustabouts, we're getting ready to post new content. I think it's like a 3-hour block of it today. That will be exciting. And the number of views that this beautiful gem got in the 16, 17 years. Rogue's Roastery, that'd be great. 11,900. That's it. 11,900. Is that crazy? Princess Judith had 15,000 as a guess. Ipsy Versus had 2 million. Yeah, part 1 of the Josie Chronicles is coming out. Yeah, Princess Judith gets the prize. Okay, here we go. If you are unfamiliar, the name of the game is we're hitting people with inappropriately complimentary compliments from very, very old comments. Let's see. Glad you like. Sorry, I'm a bit late to this. This is awesome. Thanks. Finally got to this comment. Awesome trick, yet so simple. Right? So good. And you're too kind. Okay. That's correct. That's the nicest thing I can say to an unhelpful comment. You kept clicking down the rabbit hole, right? We got about 1,000 of them. Those two must be drunk. Why? That's engagement bait there. Well done. Ask me again in 12 pounds. I finally weighed myself. I am 7 pounds over target, 10 pounds over TV weight. Yeah. We featured a couple more from him too. Hey, it works, but how? Nah. Thanks so much. A bit late on my end. Heh. 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 Got him. Biao biao. Jane Austen, Texas. Ipsy versus, that's a legit point. You know, that is one of the things, is that there's untrackable views. For example, I would say, I guess, quite seriously, that view for view, nothing I've ever done in the entire history online gets close to the fake hand stab video. That video is just believed by the world. It's amazing. And it's small enough that everybody could forward it around. Is the answer 9 of spades? I don't know what the question is. Yeah, I like that. Well put, Princess Judith. Okay, so tomorrow we'll do the big nerd question. Secret streams, I let you guys know. For anybody who can't get enough of the chat room, it goes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But only if you are a paying member. It doesn't matter at what level. You can do an insignificant amount that you'll never notice again. Go to patreon.com/modernrogue and get in the chat. I check every day. Today was day 2 in a row. So there's that. Okay, I got a question for you guys. Y'all started messing around with Codex yet? It's finally out for PC, and I've not touched it because I figured if you guys have a suggestion of something to do, then that'd be fine. We could do that. Sure. Here we go. Go. What? Set up Agent Sandbox. Oh, okay. Sandbox is ready. Okay, so basically I just gave the computer a place to do stuff on my computer. And the first thing I told it to do is to make a PDF. What can you do? This is this is a productivity hack, guys. We're entering a new reality where hyperlinks exist in your mind. There was something I did with a ChatGPT something or other, and I showed it to somebody, and they said, hey, can you email me instructions on how to do that? And I honestly, I wasn't trying to be crass. I just said, you already have it. The hyperlink is that you now know it can be done. Whenever you want to do it, just ask the robot, how do I do the thing? What is a codex? So here's the thing, is ChatGPT, everybody knows of it as the chat bot, but of course it's got a bunch of skills to make a bunch of things. And if you are non-programmy, then you have to know a whole bunch of programming language stuff. But what Codex does, and Mac has had it for a bit, but now it's on PC, what it lets you do is run in a little safe place, sequestered on your computer. You can have it write scripts and programs, and you can eventually, you could have it redo websites and all that stuff. So in this case, it suggested, do you want a PDF that summarizes? Oh, wait, this is the BS Projects app. Interesting. That's hilarious. So in this case, I opened, here, I'm gonna make a new project. We'll do a new thread. Let's build, add new project. Office hours. Actually, yeah. Office hours program. I don't know what that program will be. We'll select this folder. Documents. New. Office hours. Select folder. Great. We're going to build office hours. What do we want it to be? Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah, here we go. Make a program that will suggest a dad joke, display it, and then display it display it and then translate the punchline into ROT13 cipher text. And so it's inspecting the workspace. Making a Python script. It rejected a thing. Okay. Yeah, Kuro Metariko gets it. To be honest, what we're entering the age of is robots can do anything for you. This is where we're going to get to. Robots can do anything for you except have initiative on your behalf, unless you create an initiative bot that will train you. But then you're the one who had the initiative to tell it to create a training bot to get you to keep going. But basically, in this case, okay. Once Python is available, run. Okay. Let's see. PowerShell. There we go. Python was not found. Now here's the thing. I just encountered a problem, so I could just say, what do I do? So literally all I said was, it didn't work. I don't understand. It says Python isn't installed. Widget install. Great. So I'll just do this. And I know what I'm doing. I'm installing Python. Yes, sure. Python is just a script execution language. As best I understand, somebody who programs is going to correct me on this, but this is the whole point of having robots help you code, is that you learn. That's exactly correct. Oh yeah, it's Adam. Take care, Wago333. Yeah, I'm being a little bit more loosey-goosey today since it's Saturday morning. Okay, and so then now... What? And then I just say... Install succeeded, your PowerShell is still picking, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What? Did I misunderstand? Now, here's where you want to be specific. Am I not understanding how to execute? Assume I'm a total noob. Copy paste this exact line. Aha. Here's a dad joke suggestion. Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Punchline, because he was outstanding in his field. Punchline, rot 13, doobie 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 doobie. And then it did it correct. Look at that. We just did our first program that we created. So let's go a step farther. Worked great. Modify so that rot 13 output is all caps. Okay, and now it's rewriting the script based on that. Wait, is that for reals? Oh yeah, it's Adam. Oh yeah, it's Adam. You know that one of the highlights of my entire life was interviewing William Shatner live on stage in Lubbock, Texas. That was a lot of fun. He made the joke that my podcast should be called World's Greatest Con. That was awesome. Okay, so same thing. How does a penguin build its house? It glues it together. Punchline, rot 13. Did it, beep, beep. That's great. Awesome. And then say, now I can just ask a question. I can say, this works. How do I see the code? Okay. Also, I just realized I don't care what the code is. Okay. How would we make this into a prettier web app or something I can use from my phone? So again, the computer will hold your hand. It's infinitely patient, and it's just up to you to have the initiative and the clarity of what you want. Now, what most people tend to do is they take their existing understanding of the world and they try to map it onto what they want, and then they ask for things that aren't the real thing. So instead, what I want is to understand what I'm going to do. Into great Flask plus free hosting. You know what? I think I have. What are some services people use to host their web apps. I think I'm already subscribed to one. Let's see, Versal, Netify, Render, Railway, Fly. No, none of those. Okay. Which one's best to play with for free? Okay, so I'll familiarize myself with Render. Render.com. Hey, there we go. I'll sign in. I'm just gonna see. Oh, you need a GitHub thing. I think I'll just try Googs. All right. Waiting for it. What? Google account does not exist. Create account. Yeah. Okay, I just got a verification email. And now I'm going to see if this can do the thing. Activate your Render account. Activating. Verifying. Oh, skip the survey. That's what I want. Okay, I think I'm logged in. I think I did it. Great. So now... There we go. Great. I got a Render account. Let's use it for this app. Did it really? A very old and delightfully lazy cipher? We'll get better on those codes in the beginning. I'll convert your script into a small Flask web app with a nicer mobile-friendly UI and then add the exact files Render needs so you can deploy it directly. Why, thank you, robot. I've confirmed the folder only has your script. Next, I'm adding blah, blah, blah. And so it breaks down all of the steps while it's doing it. That's a good one, Blackren. I like it. Yeah, that's correct. And there's a bit of a kind of a coaxing out of it. I'll tell you, one of the biggest mental frameworks pivots that's worked the best for me is to stop asking for specific outputs, but instead just think of yourself as a gardener. You know, begin with what's there. And so what I'll usually do is I'll ask a question like, what do you know? Like, for example, the pre-show work for Chord Killers got a lot easier when I stopped giving it a task and now this task and now that task, trying to work outside in. And now what I do is I say, hey, it's Tuesday. We have Chord Killers. What do you think that means? And then like a golden retriever, it starts like, and then gentle. So now I know what I'm working with. And once I know what I'm working with, then gentle correction happens where it's like, okay, not so much of that. We're going to do a little bit of this instead, okay? And then it gets it. And for example, on the thumbnails are getting more and more consistent as well. The less I try to be specific about it. Instead of me saying, make another one just like this, instead I ask the question, I say, what is a prompt that will cause this to look like that? And then it'll come up with a big prompt. And then I'll ask, I'm like, is there anything I can add or do to the prompt that will make it even better? And then eventually it reveals. So understand, it's got a limited context window to give you as much as it can. It's a bit like having the wisest elderly person who is having a brief moment of lucidity. You can get that moment, and now you're the one holding that information. As you can ask, let me ask again if you can have attention on this. Okay, so let's see. Put this folder in a GitHub repo. What? There's a lot of words I don't understand. Okay. So in this case, it says, put this folder in a GitHub repo. So I'm just going to highlight all these commands and paste them back. And I'm going to say, this is where we reach the edge of my experience. Starting now, detail each step like I'm brand new to everything. So in this case, just by burning the calories to note to myself, oh, this is something I'm not familiar. Is Pulse worth it? Yeah, but you got to give yourself over to the process. Pulse is great for anything that is a groove that you're going to do every day. If you had a personal assistant who knew your rhythms, just like with an actual personal assistant, you're going to have to go over the annoying thing of training them bit by day. Start with something very simple. Every day, it's like, I want blank. I want a summary of whatever. I want these. It'll be bad at first. It'll be very, very bad at first. But then the more of your internal thought processes become external in there, just like any other new hire intern, it'll eventually get your rhythms. Now, what it's bad at, and this is the part that depending on how you're calibrated for trust, it's not great at changing the rules of the game real fast. So you're going to want to it'll only be good at what it's been doing for a little while. And then as you change, you're going to have to nudge it. It's a little bit like piloting a giant steamship. So in this case, okay, full beginner walkthrough from zero. Open PowerShell, go to your project folder. Great. I'm there. Check if Git is installed. So, and then I like the fact that it's giving me, okay, Git is not installed. Install it. If it's not installed, then install it, which is what I'm doing right now. And now it's doing it. And this is one of the big keys to the cybersecurity training that I'm doing is I'm doing a strange kind of hybrid learning that drives people nuts watching on YouTube. I see the comments where, you know, when they watch Jason and I get a bunch of things wrong, they're raging because they know it and they're like, no, you got to do the things in the order. But that is not the way human brains are built to experience and learn. We are built to tinker and make small moves a bit at a time. And luckily, I finished all of those. There we go. Great. Now go back to my folder. That's correct. And look at this. It definitely remembers. Yeah, that's where it is. Got it. Now open GitHub and sign in. All right. Anytime I sign in, it seems like a good idea to be cautious about having those credentials on screen. A new sign up. Yes. Link account. Yes. And it just sent me a thing. And I got the thing. Oh. Oh, whoops. Let's see. I almost said a thing on the air. Great. Great. Okay, so now I'm in GitHub. And if I needed to, I could ask, like, what is GitHub? And it would explain all that to me. But I don't think we do, because I understand that GitHub is a repository of a whole bunch of code things. So now in the top right, go to new repository, twitter.com/office hours. And then I'll be able to share this stuff with you guys as well. In fact, I maybe already did. If you've done this kind of thing before, you know what? I'm going to follow these instructions here. Keep it public, easiest for free render. Create repository, got it. Back in PowerShell, I have to initialize it. Oh. Huh. So now I'll just bring it up to speed. Everything worked up until this part. And it says Git is not installed yet. Okay. Or not involved in. Oh, so I have to leave PowerShell, go back, and then now go here. There we go. Get in it. There it is. Got it. Git add. Hey. Git commit m initial dad joke web app. Git branch m main. Git remote add origin. Instead of your name, that's, I believe, and then error. Let's see. Oh. So in this case, I got a bunch of stuff that I'm pretty sure I understand what it means, but I'm going to check with my kinder, gentler robot. Walk me through what this means. Because I'm pretty sure I've been following the stuff, but the codex was assuming that I knew what I was doing or that I was logged in, but I was not. So in this case, I'm asking it to do it. And it says, create global user.name, your real name, and then okay, and then I'll just copy and paste these exactly. Got it. And then okay. I don't know what happened. Aha! Sign in with your browser. Sure. Authorize. I want to authorize. Why is it? Just great. Great. Oh, I see. It was grayed out because it wanted me to actually read it. Good. Cool. And then I'll... Whoops. Hey, there it is. All right, so it's got me. And so at this point, from context, I'm assuming it'll know that I've done all the things and it seems to work. Killer Spud, we're trying out Codex, which is the new thing that just came out for Windows from ChatGPT. It will, and because all the programs can be talked to now, I'm having it hold my hand as I'm taking a Python script, and instead of executing it locally on this computer, I want it to be a pretty web app that I can access from my iPhone. So we're just, it doesn't matter what the thing is we're building, we're just going through the experience of having built something. And so I'll do this. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. So I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to say, when I do this step, it tells me to authenticate via browser. I do, but then nothing happens. So if there's a common problem that happens, yes, that is correct. Yeah. Okay. There's Git's trying to push to a repo that does not exist. In your browser, go to your GitHub home and confirm the repo exists. Okay. And then at this point, if you're seeing stuff, okay, and it's like, let's go one step at a time. Here's my repo. And then now it says great. So set your local folder to point to that repo. And now it knows it because I let it lay eyes on it. Okay. Then and I did that, and I'm just going to make sure, hey, does that look right to you? And you'll notice that it's kind of falling in line now. It's like, if that works, then we'll go on to step 2. Step 2 only, push your new code. Okay, so now we're here again. Sign in with your browser. Authentication succeeded. So I'm just like if I had a manager who was directing me, I would send in screenshots showing them all the reports. Oh yeah, Eve Morgan. Sorry. Yeah, we did all the scam school stuff, and then we got into the shiny things part of the program. We're currently trying out Codex, which just dropped for Windows. And then And then do this. Aha. So now I'm giving it these details just as part of the record. It says now we're totally past the get setup. So now go to render and sign in. All right. And I am signed in. Click web service. Where's web services? New web service. Connect with GitHub. All right. Sure. Got it. Okay, so there's the office. Office hours. Ooh. Apparently I was messing around with Vestaboard a while ago. And so oftentimes what I'll do is rather than typing words, like if what I want to convey is here's where I'm at, then I just do a Shift Windows S and then throw it in there. Clickshow.com. Office hours, got it. Okay. Whoops. Looking good so far. Keep scrolling down. Pip install requirements. There we go. Keep instance on free if available. Yeah. Okay. Ah, that's a good catch. Great. So this is great. Now it's making me, because I gave it the primer of like, I want to be baby step through all this. Yeah, this sounds right. Rasnassenberry. G. James B, the hard out will be when the doors get kicked in and dogs come in. I do have an 11 o'clock appointment, though. Okay, so everything's exactly right. Scroll to the very bottom. Create web service. Got it. And then now what? All right. Okay. Oh, it's doing things. So I'll just give it an update and it'll probably tell me to keep on waiting. But that's another kind of fundamental shift that I don't know how prepared most of our minds are for, is when you have a question, you don't have to go to another program or ask another robot. Usually you'll be able to ask just that robot right there. For example, I needed a comma-separated values list of everybody taking the Scampocalypse workshop, and I was live on the air when it was requested, and I was kind of poking around during Cord Killers and couldn't find it. And then finally I saw a little chat thing on Shopify of all things. And I just said, give me the email list of everybody who bought tickets. And then it just did. And I was able to throw that on and keep going. Yeah. Okay, so it says as soon as that change. Yeah. So I think we got this. Great. Scroll the logs. Look for either running. And so at this point, I could ask a question. Hey, am I right in understanding that essentially what Render is doing is it's a sandbox of compute in a place that's available to the outside internet. And that sandbox is kind of labeled with my name and my project. And right now it's building up an environment to run the scripts that we're creating. Is that a right metaphor for all this? It says, yes, that's a good mental model. And that's another thing, like update your mental models. Ask, make sure, check in. These are some of the same techniques for stage hypnosis, is you want to make sure that you're communicating absolutely effectively at all times. Render gives you an isolated runtime environment, container-like for your app. Great. Awesome. Stay on this play page. Wait for the next lines after deploying. You want to see something like your service is live. I like the fact that it says you want to see something like X, Y, or Z so that you can just react to it. All right, here. I'm going to get another coffee. I'll be right back. And it looks like this finished. Oh, it says Office Hours is live. Hey. Look at this, guys. I think you guys can use it. The real Azure Sings 11. No, you actually missed the... If you go back to the beginning, you'll see us go through the episode and talk about the behind-the-scenes stuff. We're now in the third act of the program, in which we are playing with shiny new toys and learning how to code via codecs. At some point, dogs are going to kick in the door and the stream will be over. But it's pretty interesting. Tell me if that link works for you guys. In fact, let me... Look at that. It even did the... That's great. Wow. Did it work? Oh, that's awesome. What do you call fake spaghetti? An impasta. Haha. That's awesome. Look at that. We made an app, guys. And it's on the web and everything. Oh, my God. Not Scary Steve for the win. Works here. I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why. That's great. That's great. Give me another joke. 25 letters of the alphabet. Oh, wait, there it is. I don't know why. You glues it together. Great. And so now I can ask about the program. It works. How many dad jokes does it know? And so now I'm asking it to describe itself, which is good. Do you know why seagulls fly over the sea? I don't know. Why, Tweepex? I'm waiting on that answer. Okay, so it's got 7 dad jokes. So in this case, I just ask, it's got 7. If you want, I can expand it to 50 plus and redeploy. Please do. And then while it's thinking, to be clear, when you redeploy, will it update the web app? Or do I need to do something with git render? Feel free to walk me through what's happening now. Send now without interrupting work. So it's still running in the background. Great question. I'll verify the new joke count. Short answer. Redeploy the updates the live web app only from what's in... Okay. Redeploy updates the live web app only from what's in GitHub, not from unsaved local edits. What's happening right now, your local is now 60 jokes. Your live render app is still running. The last push commit from GitHub. To update the live app, you need to push this new code to GitHub. Great. So now what we're doing is we're updating our mental model of all of this so we understand what we're doing, why we're doing it. And again, the initiative to ask those questions has to come from you. So git add app.py. In the working copy, LF will be replaced by serial F next time Git touches it. Okay, commit. One file change, 53 insertions. So we're seeing the right thing. And then now we're pushing. And by the way, notice that just like those people in the upcoming C block of Scam School, we are now in that position of doing the real learning, the deep learning, the System 1 learning by doing a step at a time and updating our maps. Okay, so now we did everything. Open your service in render, open the service. If auto deploy is on, it should start itself. If not, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 2 bits of info that I have, and I'm going to say, I believe I got it right, but don't know how to interpret the render.com part. Can you explain what I should see? So now, quite simply, I'm getting... Okay, so in PowerShell, succeeded, succeeded, succeeded. Great. In render, status live means it's running. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So in this case, your screenshot shows deployment entry. Now look, it's giving me the patient explanation. Your new commit is this code. That means render is currently showing logs from the previous deploy view. Click manual deploy, top right. Deploy latest commit. So now my mental map is now uploaded. That whatever we did when we committed to Git is a thing. I don't know. We committed to a thing, and then the thing went to the place, and now I have to tell. Oh. Okay. Okay. I clicked manual. Actually, I'm going to get used to, you could talk faster than you. I clicked manual deploy, but it wasn't clear to me that anything changed. How can I know? How long should a deploy take? What should I expect to see so I know whether or not I'm doing it right? $30 seconds to 2 minutes. Got it. Simple did it work check is do the thing. Okay. Why did the bicycle, janitor, leopard, orange, taco? Yeah, so it looks like it did update. Using the simple did it work test, it seems to work. How else could I have checked the version? Well, you know what? I guess we could update the code and say, put the version on there. In render events, confirm the latest deploy. Uh-huh. Well, I guess also we could look at, well, interesting. How do I... Okay, so now I guess what I want... There. This is what... Nope, talk. This is what I'm seeing on render. And it looks like it's outdated information. Should something else have happened, or am I in the wrong page? Seagulls, bagels, bay, sea. Flew over the bay, they be bagels. I see. I understand. When did Scam School pivot to Hack 7? Man, turns out we all exist in multitudes, Eve Morgan, N1C. My guess is that you're unaware that for 16 years, I've been co-hosting the Weird Things podcast with Andrew Main, the current host of the official OpenAI podcast. Maybe you are unfamiliar with Cord Killers, the show that for 16 years I've covered the cord-cutting revolution and the death of cable with Tom Merritt. Or Great Night, the comedy podcast I do with Justin Robert Young. Or World's Greatest Con, the very excellent prestige audio program that Justin and I put together. Also, The Modern Rogue, or the TV show. There's a fair number of projects that I do, but Office Hours is my attempt to begin to consolidate and wrangle all this. So it's like the mere fact that so much of this was not obvious to you is exactly why I'm doing all of this now. And F the rest, that's hilarious. Why is, oh, I know why Tweepex. Because there are more birds on it, right? Also, if for no other reason, Eve Morgan, N1C, if you intend to be a clever deceiver of people, you need to understand the way systems work, and you need to come up with clever things. So learning a bit of how to code and vibe code is going to be necessary. No! You are spiky hair guy only. You burst on scene long time ago and faded away. Proof, I no see you. Yeah, it is funny. Oh, that's great. That's really good, Princess Judith. I like that. There are 10 types of people in the world. Those who know binary, those who don't, and those who didn't expect this to be in base 3. That's really good. Okay. Manual deploy latest commit. Well, but it looks like I did it. Well, here. Okay, so let's make a change. Let's update the program so it shows a version number at the bottom. Also, add some visual eye candy. What kind of motif you guys want? Maybe make it look like an Apple II monitor. There we go. He did, man. It was a happy birthday. Okay, so now... Oh, let me get that coffee that I had. BRB. Don't overdo it. Yeah, it's time to make it easier to... So one of the things that I've been really good at, Rasmus and Barry, is making each project an independent, like, if that's the only thing that existed in the entire world, you know, could it pierce, as I think of it as the barrier. You guys have heard me talk about this before. You got you, and you got they. They are very busy, and between you two is the barrier, and you want a bullet to smash through so that you can live in their mind. Now, the thing is, that barrier is actually two-dimensional, and there's thick parts and thin parts of the barrier. In the case of Scam School, that was one thin part of the barrier. And then likewise, same thing with the TV show. Or my time at the Twit Network. Some people just know me as a guy who posts mainly dog pictures on X. Those are all good, but they're all incomplete, right? And they create confusing pictures. Like, what happened to the one thing that's only one thing? And so, you know, it takes small nudges. You can't overnight suddenly get to... I follow Brian Brushwood, who does many different things. You guys have made it through the crucible by sticking around long enough to kind of see the shape of things. That's why I get to speak openly with you guys. Okay, here we go. Let's do this. And then we'll do this. And then we're going to push. And then we'll manually deploy the latest commit. And then, oh, view service events. these are the old ones. How do you make a tissue dance? Put a little boogie in it. It's pretty good. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? Any guesses? Huh. What do you call a fish wearing a bow tie? I give up. Hey, Taylor Latest, good to see you. Dinner? What? This is a case, oh yeah, it's Adam, where you do kind of get a hint from the shape of the word. I don't know, I give up. Sophisticated. That's good. That's pretty good. How come? What do you call a line of men waiting for haircuts? I guess I could just 13. I could actually solve it. A barbecue. These are good. These are really good. ROT13 is a plain text cipher where you just pivot all of the letters 13 away. So the other side, if the alphabet is a circle of 26, A becomes, I don't know, whatever 13 from A is. Or I guess A becomes N, because right here, it's right here. It's a delightfully lazy coding system. It does be delightfully lazy. Okay, so in this case, I'm not seeing... Oh, there we go. Last hour. This is what I want to see. Hey, there we go. So 17. No. Hey, we got it. It did it. That's great. Why can't your nose be 16 inches or 12 inches long? I know why. Because then it would be a foot. Hey! Look at that. It put the version number and it put the number of jokes on there. Okay, so now how do we want to enhance it even more? By the way, is the deployed updated version working for you guys as well? Guys, this is cool. This is cool. So now we can start applying it for... Now watch this. Okay, so let's do this. What if we did... let's do a new chat. What's a magic related tool that we could do? Yeah, we could add more. I think it's just using kind of whatever it's trained on. So it'll just be kind of rattling them off from the gut. And there's no factual borders that you have to worry about. Aha. You dog walking. All right, so I might have to be, man, you could do like a quiz thing. Oh, you know what? We could take the rules for Scoundrel. We could just vibe code a version of Scoundrel. You guys want to do that tomorrow? We could just make one. Ah, yeah, that's good. That's really good. Let's see. I can give 10 more minutes. Let's do... Okay, a new project. Let's build a new project. Scoundrel. Oh, let's do Scoundrel. Yeah, Scoundrel. Wait a tick. Okay. So now what we could do is we could just say on Modern Road we did an episode where we learned how to play the solo solitaire game Scoundrel. Find the rules of it online and put them in this thread. So far I'm not asking for nothing. But I'm giving it a place and a sense of context. Hey. So, here we go. Great. So it understands the rules in this thread. Now keep in mind, all it knows is what's in this thread, right? And then it's like, great, write a prompt for me to use in Codex to make a web app that will let me play this game. So again, we grow our web pages now. We don't write them from the top down. We have an idea of what we want, but we're gonna start with a 0 to 1. Paste this into Codex. Great. Yep. 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 Got it. Yep. And so now, given these rules, what are some ways you suspect Codex might make a mistake? Goal is a playable web app. Actually, I'm just going to ask, so how did you do? Allegedly, this is getting the deck wrong. And so now, there we go. Write that section. And so meanwhile, I'll take this prompt, copy, copy. And then we're going to go to build scoundrel. Whoops. So now it's cooking on that. And then meanwhile, we can check all these. Make this correctly pasteable. All right. All right, guys, I'm coming up on my hard out. And then I'll ask, should so what I'll do is I'm going to paste this in over here. What is the difference between steer? Control enter. Explain the difference. Oh, nope. Between Q and steer in codecs. Q tells codec something later. Steer, interrupt and redirect codecs right now. So in the case of the code, the prompt that you just generated, codecs was cooking on other stuff, so I just did steer for the pitfalls to avoid. Does that sound right? Yeah. Cool. The reason you remove the hearts is because otherwise you make the game too easy. You want to remove the, for swords and for health potions, you only want to get from 2 to 10. If you keep the jack through ace, then the game becomes way too easy. I think right now, out of the box, it's calibrated for like a 60% completion rate is the expected value. Awesome. I think that's the name of the game. I think quite literally the job of the magician is quite simply to hold the narrative in their mind and think of so many different possible things from other points of view that you can craft an experience where all the windows get shut and all of a sudden, you know, it's you're left with nothing but wonder. guess I'm just gonna let it do it. I think I may be out of time. I'll have to pick it up tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna take a short break, and then I'll do my 11 o'clock. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah. We can do all of that, Hawk. That's exactly right. Yeah, I've also heard that you can use jokers as like a peddler that allows you to buy and exchange things or stuff. A lot of house rules. All right, guys. I will see you later.